What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, man, I want to go over everything that I've grinded so far and kind of go over an update of my account because I feel like I haven't done one of these since the XP videos, and I've actually been playing a lot since then. So let's kind of go over kind of how my account is kind of looking at right now. So we're going to start up with the Wii vehicles. We'll go over the vehicles first because they're, I think, the quickest thing. Well, actually, let's go over the fact that I'm level 54 now. So let's go over here to profile. You guys can see here, sitting at around 7,000 kills, 4.4 KD, mainly because of the portal thing. Before portal, I was like a 2 KD, 2.1. And then obviously you can see my badges here. I got quite a bit of guns done and quite a bit of vehicles done here with the badges. And these badges are actually... I really felt like the badges would be something special. Like when they first announced the badges, at the launch of the game, I really felt like the badges would be important, like kind of like how mastery badges were for Call of Duty, but they're really not. They're really not. So like, you basically get these every what 20 levels or so, because you get these bronze ones at 10, you get silver at 20. I think you get gold at I want to say 30, then plat 40, and then elite you'll get these at level 50. So they're really not nothing special in the sense of like a grind. It's more of just less. This is a way to track your level progress, really. So if you have a gun that's red badge, you're done that grind pretty much. That gun, everything's unlocked for you, etc. So, but that's what I'm sitting at right now. Especially the classes. So the classes don't level up like in previous battlefields. Like for example, in Battlefield 5 and 1, a lot of guns were locked behind the actual class rank. This game doesn't have that. In order to get the badges for the class ranks, you kind of have to do the assignments. So by the time you get all the assignments done, you'll have all the badges done for those as well, which is pretty interesting. But over to the vehicles. So vehicles, right now we're sitting at level 20 for the main battle tank, which is the Abrams for the US, and the A44 I think is called for the Pax Armada. And then for the IFV, we have the Bradley, and then the equivalency for the Pax Armada, that is level 22. Vehicle infantry vehicle is level 2. The anti-air is level 4. I've actually been kind of using that quite a bit, just trying to take down helis with it is my main goal with that, just because of the helicopter spam is pretty atrocious right now. But that's pretty much all I really use that for. Attack Helo, level 12. I'm loving this attack Helo. Very fun once you get the hang of it. Level 5 for the transport. Transport really is kind of a useless thing, in my opinion. I've only been really using it for rooftop advantages, so getting to the rooftops really quickly. I usually just let this thing crash and just destroy it as soon as I'm done with it, unless there's other people in it and they take control, but that's pretty much all it's really useful for, in my opinion. You have level 4 for the attack jet, and then level 2 for the fighter jet. Both very, very good, in my opinion. I do find myself enjoying the multiple muses for the attack jet, but I will say that when it comes to taking down vehicles, specifically aerial vehicles, this thing is much better, the fighter jet, because of being, obviously an anti-air vehicle specifically. But nonetheless, both are good in their own kind of unique ways. Let's go over here to... Let's go to one class, because I think most of the guns are universal. I'm using open weapons right now, so you can see all of them. But right now we have level 7 here on the M433. I'm going to try to go over the big guns level-wise. So for example, we have level 24 here on the G36, 14 on the Scar, 18 here on the Cord 6P67, level 20 here in the TR7. This thing's an absolute monster, dude. This thing literally 3-shots people. It's kind of insane, in my opinion. Level 25 here on the M4, 15 on the M277. Let's see. Many big SMGs. SMGs I really haven't used. 12 here on the M123K. M1110 or L110. Jesus, is level 20. Level 8 here on the DSR, level 8 here for the M60, and level 11 for the RPK, 9 for the Marksman, and 12 for the Sniper, 8 for the Shotgun, pistols, nothing really crazy here for pistols. 6 with the P18, and level 5 here for the M44, which is definitely by far the best pistol in the game. This thing's an absolute beast, and it'll probably be the first pistol I max because it's like the only useful pistol in the game. And that's pretty much it for that. Assignments, we have all the initiations done. Help if I would actually the right button. All the weapons done. Obviously, we have every gun in the game unlocked. For weapon classes or just player classes in general, I'm almost done with these, and by that I mean I'm not done with them at all. These challenges were gonna be ones I was gonna do in Portal, but unfortunately they have nerfed Portal, so that's not going to happen now. So it's kind of a slower process to do these on multiplayer than it was on Portal. And then for units, these ones I'm accomplishing them, but I'm accomplishing them very slowly. There's a lot of these challenges, like every single one of these is a challenge. So like some of these have 5-6 challenge requirements for them, so it's quite a bit of a grind to get them done. But yeah, that's pretty much my account here so far. Some of the modes I've been playing, if you're interested to know what modes I've been playing, I'm playing a lot of Escalation, Conquest, and Breakthrough, my 3 big modes. Some of these challenges have required me to play things like TDM, Domination, and King of the Hill, and Rush. So I've been playing those modes a little bit, but nothing crazy there in terms of modes. Obviously a ton of Portal for the beginning half of the grind. For the first about 40 levels or so of grinding were on Portal before they decided to nerf it. Again, think it's a terrible decision to nerf it. I mean, it's not our fault that their XP earn rates are trash and that their challenge requirements are insanely large for no reason. I mean, like if we go here to, what challenge is it? I know FaZe Jet was talking about it, but I don't remember which one. I think it's in this one right here, I think. Yeah, it's this one. Yep, this one right here. Repair a vehicle in a match for 6,000. So you have to repair vehicles up to 6,000 points in a single match. Why? Why? And there's some other challenges I've been having issues with, like for this challenge, for example, the assault. It is just a nerve-wracking thing to get people to spawn on my deploy to beacon. People just don't want to spawn on it, and I'll literally put it right smack dab in an objective or next to an objective, and people just don't spawn on it. It's very frustrating, and I hope that these challenges are reduced. It should only be, in my opinion, like 25 for this. There's another one that's glitched currently. This one right here, this one's currently glitched. I'm stuck at 4,300, and I cannot get it to go higher. I have not done anything different. Simply playing it just doesn't care, bro. It just doesn't track. So I don't know what the fuck that issue is all about. Cyber decoy thing, I haven't even tried that, but I'm assuming that's going to be annoying because people really aren't shooting at them. Me personally, I've been attempting to shoot at them so that other people can get the challenge, and I'm hoping that will encourage others to do the same thing. But I highly doubt it. So, you know, it is what it is, honestly, at this point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're wondering how to do some of these challenges, just power through it right now. I think until we either power through it or just don't do them at all and just wait it out. Because Lord knows the weapon levels are going to take just as long to do. Just, you know, as the event challenges are, the assignment challenges. It really comes down to whether or not you are wanting to get stuff done quicker than others. I will say the weapon skins in Season 1 do look good, by the way. I did see them, and I kind of saw something in the game which kind of bothers me. So everyone knows my opinions on the camos and the gear in this game. I think it's cringe. This milsim cancer that's spreading throughout video games right now needs to go, because people want these black and gray skins. That's what they want, and I'm sorry, that's just fine if you use the default soldiers, like Call of Duty, for example, does the defaults, which are the recruit skins, which are just the plain military milsim skins, and that's fine. But I think there needs to be more crazier skins, and I'm not talking like, you know, celebrity characters, but I'm talking like red gear. Like, for example, if we go to Assault here, like this, more skins like this, You could do different colors like this. You could do white and red, black and red, blue and blue, blue and black. Exactly. Use so many different styles of schemes you can go for. And you can do other ones like this one right here is pretty fire in my opinion. I really dig this one right here. I don't actually know what the requirement is. I'm gonna look it up to see how you can get this skin because I'm gonna have to try to go for it because this skin's absolutely insane looking. And it's such a simple thing. It's still very, very realistic. I mean, there's guys in Ukraine right now that are running around with this style of gear, right? Well, not this style. That's a terrible example. I'm trying to say here. Where's it at? And it might be on a different character, but there's characters, guys on Ukraine that are running tape on the edge of their hands. I'm trying to remember which one it is here. Is it this one? Might be. Is it? Might be this one. Hang on. It might be this guy I'm thinking of. Might be this guy I'm thinking of. Or is it Pax Armada? It might be Pax Armada. Whoever the Pax Armada guys are, that might be who I'm thinking of. Anyway, no, I gotta find it because that's gonna bother me if I don't find it. It's gonna bother me, bro. Here it is. So, like, this guy's wearing an armband. That is something in real life that is still currently happening, especially over in Ukraine. So, I am just saying it is perfectly acceptable to have colors on your gear, and I don't think it's necessarily a negative thing. Now, I will say the character skins don't look as good as they could be in the Season 1, but they are better than some of the default skins we have currently. The weapon skins look really good. Like I'm actually impressed. They've managed to keep it realistic, but they did a pretty good job at the blueprints. So I'm very excited to see going forward what those look like. But I definitely think the mastery camo needs adjusted. For me, I found this, which is why I'm talking about this. I wanted to go over this. I did find this, and I thought this was pretty interesting. If we go to the knife, at level 90, we get a mantis skin for the combat knife. Now, here's the thing. If you guys have played Call of Duty or watched Call of Duty on the channel, you would know that this is gold Damascus. That's what this is. This is a gold Damascus from Modern Warfare 2019. I think this was even a Warzone camo at one point. And this is a perfectly realistic looking camo pattern on a weapon, like a Damascus, for example. So why not make this the mastery camo? For real, why not make this what we're looking at the mastery? If this was the mastery camo, it would be like 3 times better than what we have currently. So for those that don't know what the mastery camo is right now, if we go to weapons, we go to, remember, this is not even a camo. These mastery camos is actually just a blueprint, mind you. But this is the mastery camo currently in the game. That's it. Just a bronze-ish, tannish colored camo. Why not make the mantle camo we've seen this camo? Genuinely, why not make this that the mastery camo? Because it would have looked better. It wouldn't have been crazy, and I think it would make it much worse the grind that is getting these things level 50. The vehicles, in my opinion, do have a little better in terms of camos. So if we go to the tank here, let's do max. No, bitch, I don't need max. Let's do the NATO. So we have the Abrams. We go to skins. We go to skins here again. This is the mastery camo for the Abrams. This is much better than what it could have been, which was what the gun was. But again, this should have just been gold, in my opinion, or had the ability. They could have done so many more things with these mastery camos, in my personal opinion. There's much better options they could have gone with, and what they chose kind of feels cheap. In a way, in my opinion, it feels very cheap. It feels like a cop-out for what they could have done. And I also want to admit that there seems to be some open beta challenges that I should have done, or I think I've done, that aren't given rewards. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Like, I should notice there was another blueprint for, I think, for a gun that I could have sworn I did the challenge for, which is kind of odd. A lot of the Battlefield 2042 stuff looks decent. For example, there's actually a blueprint for the revolver. Go over here. We have to go into the actual. There we go. This is actually the blueprint for the revolver from 2042, and I think this is actually really good. And it kind of makes me mad that I didn't do it. But for example, here's like the mastery camo on the revolver, and you can kind of see it's kind of similar to the mantis skin for the knife. It's very similar, but I just feel like this could have been flashier, in my opinion. This could have been better. And that's the entire argument I'm making. It could have been much better, and I'm happy maybe we'll see an update to this come in the future. Maybe once they get their heads out of their asses and realize that cool stuff is what sells and what people want, and not this milsome-y, boring shit that we're getting. Like, maybe we'll get that, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm just yapping now. If you guys agree with me, let me know down below. If you think that they should add a skin design you've seen in real life that you want in the game, let me down below. I'm very interested because you can go to Walmart and buy spray paint and make any design on the gun you want. So there's really tons of options that they could have go with. I mean, they could literally just have a whole section to just colors, like a blue color, red, orange, black, green, blue, yellow, purple, pink. I mean, they could literally have just a camo section of just those camos to allow people to pick a camo color. Like, if maybe I want my gun to be blue, I can go to Walmart and buy $15 in spray paint and spray paint my gun blue. Like, like, bro, it's just like, it's one of those things where it just makes no sense in my opinion. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Campaign's finished, so I'm gonna start uploading blue builds that I've come up with. Mainly the guns that are 20 plus, because now that's where I'm getting my gun in the guns to around 20, 25, and then I'm going on to the next gun. I want to try to get as many guns to that midway point, so that when I do decide to play this game going forward, once Black Ops 7's out, it's like I can kind of pick and choose what guns I want to go for, rather than trying to catch up a bunch of guns. So that's how I view it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.